The following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
From New York, The Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson. This is Ed McMahon along with Doc Severinsen and the NBC Orchestra, inviting you to join Johnny and his guests, Oscar winner Jack Albertson, Muhammad Ali, Marty Brill, Marilyn May, and the amazing Kreskin. And now, here's Johnny. Very nice, really. That's enough. Settle down. Okay, look. Thank you. Thank you. Fine, I'm fine. Look, easy now. Look, I know what you came to see, so I'm not going to have you wait any longer. Roll the first commercial. Nothing like a New York audience.
Great group.
Remember last night I came out and you could hear the oohs and the ahs. It turned out some lady in the third row was giving her husband a hot foot, and that's what it was. He was going, oh, hot, that's a hot foot. I wish to assure you before we start tonight that your applause in no way connects you with this monologue, and you cannot be called later to testify. I'll tell you, this Watergate thing is driving everybody crazy. You watch the hearings all day today? It's interesting, I want to tell you. It's affecting everything. My wife wanted to go shopping this morning. I demanded a receipt for the grocery money. I don't want to get called up later. That's what I did. I think, by the way, it's affecting everybody. It's putting everybody in a down mood. That's what it's doing.
Help down.
Haven't got anything for that, and that's what I get. That's a sweet outfit.
Glad you like it.
You have anything to say?
Wait a minute.
What?
This is a sweet outfit?
Yes, it's the pictures. I mean, that's all I meant.
It's just nice.
Well, that's what I meant.
I like yours.
You two want to get a room?
No.
Yes. Never mind. We'll get the drapes tomorrow. You know, people often ask. They don't often ask, but once in a while.
It's just nice.
Never mind. Be quiet. Come on, you didn't have anything. Forget it. People often ask what they think makes the Tonight Show so successful, and I always say I think it's due largely to the close personal relationship I have between Ed on my right and Doc on my left. Or is it Doc on my left and... I keep trying to memorize that and I can never get it straight, but you all know our band leader, Al Hurt. Isn't it amazing what New Dimensions Figure Salon can do in 7 days? Yes, sir. You're one of those. We have a high peak and then we have a low peak, don't we?
Hills and valleys.
Hmm?
Hills and valleys.
Yes, what am I in now? Suddenly,
I don't know.
there's a
Let's
valley.
find out.
Yeah.
Do you know how to spell rut?
Well, I know it's got a lot less words and syllables or letters than unemployment. I know that. I had a joke in there, and there was a joke in there somewhere, and I just couldn't get it together. But New York's a crazy town. Just keep rolling along. You know, there was a bank robbery today on Madison Avenue.
I did not know that.
Yes, there was. And a few moments, there was a guy standing in front of the bank saying, I saw it, but I don't want to get involved. He's sobbing. I saw it, but I don't want to get involved. Now, that's no way for a New York cop to ask. Oh, okay. I've been following closely I'm following anything if I can get a laugh. Have you been following the race for mayor of New York City? They're calling Abe Beam a mayor in the LaGuardia tradition. I don't know about that, just because he reads the funny papers every day. Those of you who remember that far back will remember that LaGuardia read the funny papers once. You know, there's not a lot of interest in this campaign. Do you know who the candidates are in New York City? There's Beam, Biaggi, Badillo, and Blumenthal. Or as they call them in New York, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. They're all right. The guys are struggling for issues here, the candidates, though. Really, they are. Beam just said he's ordered the ballots impounded in the April Miss Subways contest. Abe Beam said that, and that's why he's not going to win. He's not funny. But thank you. Okay. Today is the 90th birthday. I don't stop. No, you know, today is the 90th birthday of the Brooklyn Bridge. 90 years. And they had a little accident during the ceremony. The gust of wind blew off the lit birthday cake off the bridge, and it set the river on fire. That's what happened. I don't have any steps left. Luckily, I don't have any jokes left either. So we are. This is becoming just where people go. Sadists come to meet here at night to watch it. Look at him die. We have a good show tonight, don't we?
Yes, we do.
And if I get my hands out of my pocket, I'll tell you about it. No, we have Muhammad Ali is with us tonight on the show. We have a good friend of mine who is currently on Broadway in The Sunshine Boys and a former Oscar winner, Academy Award winner. He's won Tony Awards, everything. Mr. Jack Albertson is with us tonight. A fine comedian. Marty Brill is aboard. We have Miss Marilyn May is here to sing some tunes. And right here, on our stage. And is he going to be amazing tonight?
Oh, super
Kreskin,
amazing.
The amazing Kreskin is going to come out here and amaze you. So, thank you. We'll be with you in just... We'll be back after this short break.
They all laughed when I sat down to play the piano at Shakey's. Oh, is that our pizza?
I asked the banjo player at Shakey's if he knew how to make a pepperoni pizza. He said no, but if you hum a few bars, I'll fake it.
Ready? I think that Shakey's has the best tasting pizza in the world. So why do they need all that piano playing music and stuff?
That's what you missed at Shakey's yesterday. You should have been there.
On city streets, on country roads, fun-loving feet. Get around in Sears runabouts, runabouts can take it. Runabouts can take it.
Sears runabouts are made to take the full family treatment. Rugged rubber soles, cushion support, reinforced with DuPont 420 nylon so they clean up easy, right in the washer.
Runabouts can take it. Runabouts can take it.
I have a feeling that
Starting out like Jerry Lewis all of a sudden.
tonight might be a night
No.
where the king is dead.
No, we save that. We save that for extreme emergencies. Only do we resort...
Tonight, I repeat, might be a night.
Are you going to come on next week and watch Doc and I perform?
Absolutely.
Doc and me
Yeah,
perform.
Is it Doc and me? Yes.
Watch Doc and me. It's
Yes.
the object of a verb, a pronoun, or a personal
Watch.
preposition.
Preposition. On, down, till, to, under, up, and with.
No, we are
That's
a
a
what?
preposition. On, down, till, to, under, up, and with.
And toward.
And toward. I'll be out toward you next week.
No. You'll be out by me next week.
I'll be out with you.
What we're trying to
With
say,
you.
we're out at Westbury Music Fair starting Monday night.
When do you begin?
Mr. Doc said Monday night, the 21st.
2 shows a
Through
night?
Sunday. No, 1 show a night, except on Saturday.
How many shows
we
on
do
Saturday?
2 shows. Wouldn't you like to have that nose full of nickels, my dear? I saw that the other night on the bank deck. They played the bank deck the other night with W.C. Fields, and a little kid made some joke about W.C. Fields' nose, and the mother said, "Alfred, wouldn't you love to have that full of nickels?"
Oh.
And he belted the kid one.
You know, he takes Franklin Pangborn down. Franklin Pangborn is the banking examiner, and he takes him down to the cafe. I won't mention the cafe, but down to the cafe.
Yes.
And he walks in and he wants to make sure he gets him a Mickey Finn.
Yes.
So he's standing there and he says, "Has Michael Finn been in?"
Yeah,
and the guy says, "I understand he was in twice yesterday."
Gives him the thing.
Right.
Anyway, we'll be out there Monday, 2 shows on Saturday with Phyllis McGuire and Doc, and we're looking forward. We haven't played it for a couple of years. All right, you know who's here tonight? Of course you know who's here tonight. You just
We
told them.
announced it. I announced it, then you announced it.
It was a rhetorical
And
question.
we had it on the board all day. I know who's here
It was
tonight.
just that kind of a question. You know who's here.
Deserves no answer.
On September 10th, at the Forum in Los Angeles, Muhammad Ali is fighting a return match with Ken Norton, the first man who ever managed to really silence him. And he did that, as you well know, by breaking his jaw in that last fight. Our good friend, Muhammad Ali. Now, champ, let me ask you this. How's your old friend Howard Cosell, by the way?
Oh, he's fine.
Yeah. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I was
Last time I saw you on a show, you were talking like this.
Yeah, like a ventriloquist. I was wired up for about 4 weeks. It was supposed to be about 5, but I healed off faster than an ordinary fellow.
Yeah? Yes, you probably would. Yeah. Now, you know, you like to talk. You know, you're a loquacious type of fellow, and you come on here and you've been with us a dozen times on this show at least. How does it feel to have the jaw wired shut?
Going into the hospital, and then they give you a needle, take the count from 10 to 1 backwards, and by the time you get to 7, you're asleep.
Right.
And when I woke up, I couldn't move my teeth. And I got a mirror, and all my teeth were wired, and I almost went crazy. Just the idea I couldn't talk.
That is...
But
sound like Ed Sullivan when you do that.
I made it
You know
pretty
that?
good. I made it pretty good.
Yeah, I know you did. Does it feel pretty good now?
Yes, I have about 5 more weeks before I can take any punches on it, but I understand they usually heal ordinarily harder than they were at first.
Yeah. Now, didn't you have a problem with a tooth?
Well, about 3 of my
breaking or something, or
bottom
what?
teeth are out. And what happened was it made the jaw kind of weak. Plus, my mouth was open. I was clowning one time too many, and I got hit trying to talk.
Yeah.
During the fight.
Are you still talking to the opponent during the fight? I thought you gave that up.
Well, sometimes I do, but I said something. And this is what happened in the whole fight period. It's not been serious and playing and not living according to my religious teachings like I know I should. And I only look at this as a spanking, and this will make me be more serious, train harder, and not take people for granted.
Now, what didn't you do that you should have done?
Well, many things that I really can't go into, and it's not really for nobody but to know it but me.
No, well, I didn't want to be personal. You answer just what you want to answer. So, how'd you take nourishment? All liquid?
Well, yes. This has caused me to be a vegetarian now. I don't eat meat no more. All I eat is fish.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I didn't think I could make it. I've met people who were vegetarians in the past, and I said, no meat, how do you do it? This is what we might think, but all my food was put in blenders. Like my wife would cook a pot of cabbage and then blend it up, and it would come out like a milkshake. And all you have to do is drink it, the same thing.
Cabbage milkshake?
Yeah. And, you know, that type creamy, you know. Same with the corn and the, even fish with a little cream in it. And
well, you're not a true vegetarian then. You do eat fish.
oh, yes. Fish.
Yeah, but no beef or that type of animal
right.
stuff.
So I'm going to see how long I can go, but I was surprised. I really feel better. I don't be as tired or nothing.
Now, how about your weight? Does that affect your weight a lot?
Well, I'm heavier now. I don't know why, but I haven't been training, just laying around the house and eating. But I have to start training about another week because this second time I'm going to really be ready. Norton is going to have to really watch out.
Yeah.
Because musically speaking, if he don't see sharp, he's going to be flat.
To think that's been inside you for 4 weeks with your jaws wired shut and you couldn't get that one out. What round in the fight did this broken jaw happen?
Second round. It was a hard thing.
That's incredible, and that you could even stay in a ring and have somebody hit you in the face with a broken jaw. I mean, that's just incredible.
If I did knock him out, I realized at that point, I didn't know if it was broken or not, but my whole system was off, and it's a bad feeling. I mean, just to move your mouth, something just broke. And moving and missing a punch or throwing a punch, you could feel the jaw just jumping around. And I had to go 10 rounds without getting hit on that jaw again. And I was surprised the next day in the hospital watching the reruns that the fight was as close as it was. In the 11th round, the fight was even. And the man who won the 12th round was winning. So he came out slugging. So for me to win the 12th round, I would have to stand there toe-to-toe, knowing I might catch a couple on the broke jaw. So my main objective was to retreat and just let the fight end. But with 18,000 people in the place and been seen in 40-something countries live and everybody on home television in America on the wide world of sports and just quit, I couldn't dream of it. But I'm lucky and thankful that I didn't really get hurt seriously.
Now, what could have happened if he would have really, I mean, how bad could that have gone if he would have, you'd have fought and he'd have caught you several times?
When the jaws usually broke, it's both sides around the same point, but for some unusual reason, just this side was broken, not this one. And if I'd got hit with a hard punch from a 215-pounder, from a 215-pounder right on the end that was broke, he said could mean death probably, because it would just completely tear that bone all the way around.
Now, that's the first time you've really, in your career, even as an amateur or at any time, that you've really had an injury as such.
Not just an injury. This is an injury that's the worst injury any fighter could have and still be conscious. And some of them have been knocked out, some have died, but to still be conscious and have the pain and to have a broken jaw. And ain't no injury no worse.
You know, I saw the repeat of the movie the other night with Kirk. I think we've talked about this on the show, but it still intrigues me because you're in the only sport I know, and a lot of sports writers wonder sometimes whether it's really even a sport, where two men come out and the express purpose is to injure the other man. I mean, in football, of course, the idea is to tackle hard and to knock him down. But your idea is to go out and really batter another man senseless or to knock him unconscious.
This is why my fights have been criticized, because I had Jerry Quarry in that spot, and I called the referee and stopped. I wouldn't do it. I had James Ellis in that spot. I had Buster Mathis. I had Floyd Patterson. And I've been criticized for not really knocking them out or hurting them, because it's not my purpose. My purpose is to win in any way I can, but not really to hurt him for life.
Well, I don't think any fighter wants to do that, but there's always that possibility, of course, when you have to hit a man as heavy as you guys are, that you can permanently injure him.
Well, I'd rather get hit with those gloves than some of these car drivers I see, and these hockey players, they pick up the thing.
I'll buy that. Yeah, maybe hockey is another game where the idea is to kill your opponent, having watched some of them.
Football can be rough, too.
Does the thought ever... I saw the replay of the motion picture by Kirk Douglas, Champion, where he played the fighter. Does that thought ever enter your mind, and you know it's happened to some fighters, when you get into a ring, that the possibility always exists that you could end in some kind of injury that would end your career or make you
I'm going to tell you something that you might not agree, you might not understand, but the worst thing I hate about my career is going to where I have to be. Like I'm on the college speaking tour now.
Right.
Richard Fulton, my college agent here in New York, he's always got some college I'm going to go to. And most time I can't do it, but we just went to Auburn, Alabama, Auburn University. I had to be at Howard Cosell roast dinner in Los Angeles last Sunday night. Sunday night. And the next evening I had to be in Auburn, Alabama, so we had to fly.
Yeah.
So I hate airplanes. I do it, but just the idea of this big thing going through there at 600 miles an hour through turbulence and rain, and just one thing can't happen. And yet it's mechanical. There's so many wires and switches involved, but if one thing happened, up there, I'm finished. I never worry about boxing. And the pilot tells me, he says, how can you be a boxer? Are you frightened? And the planes are shaking.
I guess it's all relative, isn't it? So I guess if you're fatalistic about it that way, I guess you should be, because if you're going to fight, you can't have that psyche out all the time that I may get hurt.
Well,
while
I've been
fighting.
hurt a few times. I've fell off motorcycles, and I've had car accidents, almost got killed. But I've never been in a plane that did one thing wrong.
Well,
so, and I don't want to be in one, doing one thing wrong.
I'm with you. We're going to take a break here. Now it's time to find the answer to the question, what's a Matador? Okay, Ed?
This is the 1973 AMC Matador. It comes with a piece of standard equipment no other car company offers, the American Motors Buyer Protection Plan. You see, we expect under normal use and service every part of every car we build to last for 12 months or 12,000 miles, or we'll fix it free. And we do mean every part. Drivetrain, brake linings, everything except tires, right down to the light bulbs. So if you're thinking about a new car, go down to your AMC dealer and see why we say we back them better, because we build them better.
Most car dealers tell you they stand behind what they sell. American Motors dealers let their customers tell you.
Some of these dealers, they're going to take you if they can. It's never happened to me with this American Motors dealer. They treat you fairly, and they listen. They don't tell you, we're going to take care of that. They really listen, and they fix it. You don't have to go back 6 or 8 times with it, you know. It's fixed and fixed right.
AMC dealers, where you get a good deal, and a good deal more.
We're back. Okay, we're talking with Muhammad Ali, and Jack Albertson is going to join us later, and Marty Brill, Marilyn May, and the amazing Kreskin. Does your wife ever pressure you to quit? Every movie I see, usually that somewhere along the line, the tearful wife comes up and says, "You got to quit."
She don't like sports. She don't like sports, period, but she never worries until the last fight, and then she worried. For some reason, she knew my jaw was broke before the doctors at the X-ray hospital.
Your wife knew the jaw was...
Why, I don't know, but she did. But you just mentioned how many people are coming on. I have to start winning my fights because I used to come on last.
You always came on first.
No, you always came on.
Always came on first.
For last.
Champions always come on
first.
You
have everybody come on and Muhammad Ali guest, and have everybody on first because everybody stays at home waiting to see me. Now,
why don't you go beat up Kreskin?
So,
you can beat up Kreskin, you can come on last. About your wife, she never says give it up?
Never.
Can I ask you a question? Now, you don't have to answer this because it is a little bit personal. But you, as a person who are a celebrity, you kind of have to give up a little privacy occasionally. And I only ask this question not for shock value, but for example, and this goes way back in any athletic endeavor or wars. They used to say that the Romans, before they went into battle, the women could not be with the Roman soldiers before the battle. It weakened them. I've heard. That's true. You've heard. Now, I'm not, as I say, I don't want to be personal, but football players, they say we don't want women in training camps because it weakens the fire. Now,
same with boxers.
Do you have to stay virginal as it is before a fight? I was only interested as an academic question. I'm trying to check into your personal life.
A fellow as handsome as you are, and as popular as you are, Johnny Carson. I imagine if you walk down the street in Cleveland or Washington, New York, and if somebody see him, I mean, every day he's in everybody's house. Who don't know Johnny Carson? I mean, do you have much trouble with girls when you go out and you're trying to...
No, we wasn't stop the... Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. Oh, wait a second. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
What kind of answer is that? That wasn't
Perhaps I can phrase it better for Mohammed.
Certainly.
How about you before a show?
At my age, I can't do it before I brush my teeth. I mean, I'd lose that much strength. I can't get the brush to go. You know what I meant.
Well,
Does it in any way sap your strength?
Well, we have a train. I just built a training camp in Deer Lake, Pennsylvania, about 20 miles out of Reading, and it cost me about some $170,000 to complete it. I have a log cabin, training quarters, big couple of bunkhouses, a restaurant, and we have horses, stables. And I built all of this just to get away from my wife.
Ah, well, then you've answered the
Way
question.
up on the mountain. See, so...
There it is, every day, up and down the mountain. I'm making a joke. A little joke there. It's an old joke. No, you've answered the question. No, it was an honest question. I didn't mean to really dig into your personal life. So you're predicting that you're going to win this?
We have a fence around and wild dogs.
What?
Ain't nobody come in.
So you want to stay with us a second, or do you have to run, or what? You can stay a while, or whatever you'd like to do.
If you're finished with me, I would appreciate going because I have a stop to make.
You got to get into training, and you've got to get to sleep and everything, don't you?
Not that quick, but I have another stop to make.
Yeah. All right. The bout is September the 10th in the Forum in Los Angeles with Ken Norton.
Ken Norton.
And
I promise you, the second time will be real different from the first time.
Okay, that's promise. All right, take care of yourself. All right, thank you, champ. Take care. You see that? The look? Did you see that little look he gave me when I went like this? He just went, oh, come on, do that. More of the Tonight Show after this, so stay with us.
This is a leading paper towel that's known for its absorbency, and this is Viva. Now, let's face it, like any good towel, they are both absorbent. But let's see what happens after they get wet and you scrub with an abrasive cleanser. Now, look, Viva kept right on working. Viva didn't fall apart. Viva, the absorbent towel that keeps on working.
Some of the best tasting things in the world come from Latin America. Bananas, chocolate, coffee. Some of the best tasting cigar tobacco comes from Latin America, too. Dutch Master cigars are made with tobacco from 4 Latin American countries: Puerto Rico, Santo Domingo, Colombia, and Brazil. Taste the full-size Dutch Master's President. The 4 countries make a world of difference.
Travel arrangements and promotional fees paid by United Airlines. For over 26 years, the airline offering Dream Vacation to Honolulu. Tonight's show staff is staying at Marriott's Essex House Hotel, New York's superb setting for gracious living. A Marriott hotel with hotels in 25 cities in the United States and abroad.